Your laugh still lives in this old barroom haze, like smoke that won't leave after closing late. You sit across the room with somebody new, and I keep pretending I ain't watching you. You call me friend and it cuts like a knife, 'cause I've loved you quietly most my life. Every little touch, every midnight call, you never knew you were my all. And loving you feels like chasing rain, holding fire and praying it don't fade. You smile at me like I'm easy to lose, while I'm breaking, trying not to love you. I know your coffee, your favorite songs, the way you get quiet when something's wrong. I'd cross every county line tonight, just to be the reason you're alright. But your heart's somewhere I can't reach, no matter how close you get to me. And that's the cruelest kind of truth, standing beside you with nothing to lose. Loving you feels like chasing rain, holding fire and praying it don't fade. You look at me like I'm passing through, while I'm building my whole world around you. Maybe someday I'll finally leave, stop finding hope in small things you mean. But tonight your name still sounds like home, even if I'm loving you alone. You're loving you's the kind of hurt never lets a man let go first.
I didn't leave a note on the kitchen table, I didn't wait for the morning light. I just grabbed the keys while the house was stable, and slipped like a secret into the night. The gas station coffee is bitter and cold, but it tastes like a choice that I finally made. Watching the map of my life unfold in the glowing green of the dashboard shade. Four wheels turning on the asphalt gray, letting the white lines guide They don't judge at all, they just watch me pass in my rusted out frame. A girl with no shadow and a different name. I'm passing the barns and the broken down sheds and the ghosts of the dreams that we kept in our beds. The further I get from the city's home, the closer I get to the girl I've become. Four wheels turning on the asphalt gray, letting the white lines guide the way. The radio hums low, a forgotten song, chasing the ghosts of where I went wrong. Left the noise and the static far behind on these quiet roads. It's my soul I find. Every mile marker is a clean release, finding my freedom on the back roads in peace. It's not about the destination or the place I'm trying to find. It's the holy heavy silence of leaving the world behind. Four wheels turning on the asphalt gray, letting the white lines guide the way. The radio hums low, a forgotten song, chasing the ghosts of where I went wrong. Left the noise and the static far behind on these quiet roads. It's my soul I find. Every mile marker is a clean release, finding my freedom on the back roads in peace. Just keep driving, yeah, let the engine sing me home. Ooh, another 60 miles to go, another piece of me I know.
I was there when she needed someone, held her close when the nights got long. Every word, every little smile made me feel like I belonged. I walked in, never planned this feeling. Now her name's all I ever know. Didn't mean to cross your story, but my heart just wouldn't let go. We're standing here, no right or wrong, but only one of us can hold on. We're fighting for the same heart, both of us torn apart, trying not to lose ourselves tonight. If loving her is a battle, then we're both losing this fight. 'Cause no matter who she chooses, one of us says goodbye. I've seen her cry, I've wiped those tears, been a shelter through the years. How do I just step aside when she's the reason I'm alive? way too late, but I can't change the hands of fate. When she looks at me that way, I just can't walk away. We're holding on to something real, but only one of us she'll feel. We're fighting for the same heart, both of us torn apart, trying not to lose ourselves tonight. If loving her is a battle, then we're both losing this fight. 'Cause no matter who she chooses, one of us says goodbye. The sun hung low like a secret, balanced on the edge of June. Golden dust drifted through the air, while the afternoon hummed a familiar tune. We wore forever like a jacket, loose around our careless bones, believing every road ahead would somehow lead us home. The sky knew something we didn't, a language hidden in the blue, but we were busy chasing shadows, too young to read the truth. It was the last day before everything changed, before the colors learned to fade, before the clock pulled us apart and scattered us like rain. We stood beneath the burning sunset, certain nothing could rearrange the fragile world inside our hands. The last day before everything changed. The trees were writing poems with their fingers in the wind. The river carried borrowed light past places we had been, and every laugh became a feather floating weightless through the dusk, unaware that memory was already collecting us. The evening wrapped around our shoulders, soft as an unfinished prayer, while time stood quietly behind us, waiting there. It was the last day before everything changed, before names became echoes in distant halls, before photographs turned into windows we stared through when the night fell long, before see you tomorrow became a promise life could not arrange. It was the last day before everything changed. Now sometimes when the light hits right and summer spills across the street, I swear I see our younger selves running ahead of me, like ghosts made out of golden hours, still untouched by loss or age, still living in that sacred moment just beyond the page. It was the last day before everything changed, before our hearts learned the shape of leaving, before the years became a tide pulling every certainty away. But somewhere inside the amber glow of a memory time couldn't erase, we remain forever young on the last day before everything changed.
day was the final page. Before the story turned everything. The highway's barely visible through the storm and yellow lights. The wipers keep on fighting, but they can't clear my mind tonight. Your favorite song came on the radio, and I almost changed the station. But heartbreak has a way of making bad decisions feel like salvation. Every mile takes me farther, but somehow not far enough. You're still sitting in the passenger seat. Inside my thoughts, there's rain on the windshield, and your memory in every lane. The road keeps moving forward, but my heart stays in the same place. The city fades behind me, but I can't outrun what I feel. There's rain on the windshield, and you everywhere I look. The neon signs blur together like old photographs at night. I keep replaying conversations, trying to find where we went wrong. Maybe it was all the moments I thought we'd always have. Maybe forever disappeared, little by little. Now every drop against the glass sounds like something left unsaid, echoing the silence you left behind. There's rain on the windshield, and tears I won't admit are mine. The storm outside keeps raging, like the one I hide inside. I thought time would make it easier, but someone's never healed. There's rain on the windshield, and your ghost behind the wheel. I pull over by the overlook where we used to watch the town below. The lights still sparkle in the distance, but you're not here to see them glow. And for a second I imagine your hand reaching for mine before reality returns with another flash of lightning. There's rain on the windshield, but the clouds are starting to break. The road keeps stretching onward, calling me to leave this place. Maybe healing isn't forgetting. Maybe it's learning to let go. 1 mile at a time, one storm at a time, until your memory becomes just another song, playing softly in the rain. The storm keeps falling, the tires keep turning, and the thunder and the headlights, I finally start driving home. It's 2 a.m., the city's sleeping, streetlights blur through the rain. I'm sitting on the fire escape, trying to quiet my brain. I've told 100 people stories, half of them weren't true, but somehow when I talk to the sky, I end up talking about you. And the stars just keep their distance while the world keeps spinning on. But there's one thing above me that's listened all along. The moon knows everything, every secret that I've kept, every name I never said, every night I couldn't rest. It watched me fall in love with you, and watched you let me go. If anyone knows the truth, the moon knows. I told it how I missed you the night you moved away, how I still check my phone sometimes, though years have changed the day. I told it all my failures, the dreams that slip my hands, the fears I hide behind a smile that nobody understands. And somehow in the silence, I swear it understands, like an old friend sitting quietly while I unravel. The moon knows everything, all the wishes I denied, all the tears that never fell, all the storms I kept inside. It knows the roads I should have taken, the ones I chose instead. It carries every version of me inside its silver light. Maybe that's why people stare at it when their hearts are breaking down, looking for something ancient enough to make sense of them somehow. Because the moon has seen a million stories, a million souls pass through, and tonight I'm just another one talking about you. The moon knows everything, every chapter, every scar, every dream I chase too hard, every wish upon a star. And if someday you think of me standing underneath that glow, maybe we'll be sharing secrets without ever knowing. 'Cause the moon remembers all the things people are afraid to say, and it's been listening to mine since the day you walked away. So tonight I'll leave another secret floating into the dark above, and trust the moon to keep it too.
We were late night conversations and good mornings every day. 1,000 little moments that slowly gave my heart away. You knew all my favorite movies, I knew when you couldn't sleep. We were standing at the doorway of something deep. But every time we got too close, one of us would pull away, like we were scared of what we'd lose if we stayed. And that's the weight of almost, the love that never got its chance, the words that sat behind my teeth while we danced around romance. You were never really mine, but somehow losing you still hurts the most. That's the way. The weight of almost. I still see you in familiar places, in songs and passing cars, in every version of the future I imagined in my heart. Sometimes I wonder what would have happened if I'd said what I felt sooner, if one brave moment could have changed our entire story. But what if it's a lonely road, and I've walked it far too long, looking for an ending in a song. That's the weight of almost, the ache of something left undone, a chapter that was never written yet somehow feels like one. You became my favorite, maybe the dream I held the closest, and I still carry the weight of almost. Maybe the hardest goodbyes are the ones that never happen, because there's no final moment, no last kiss to remember, just two people slowly fading into separate lives, while a million possibilities stay behind. And that's the weight of almost, the life we never got to live, the love we never fully held and never had to give. Years from now I might forget the details I held on to most, but I'll always remember how heavy it felt to lose someone I never really had. Some heartbreak comes from endings, some comes from wondering what could have been. And somehow the second one hurts more. Hate to pee. Still remember what you wore, a faded jacket, navy blue, the coffee shop on Maple Street, the corner with a window view. The world was moving all around us, cars and people passing by, but the moment that you looked at me, everything went quiet inside. Some memories fade like photographs, blurring more each year, but this one lives in perfect detail. It was the daytime stop, the second everything changed. One look, one word, one heartbeat, nothing stayed the same. The clocks kept turning on the wall, but I was somewhere else, frozen in that moment. The daytime stopped. I can't remember what I ate or what song was on the radio, but I remember how your smile made the whole room glow. Funny how a single moment can divide your life into everything before I met you and everything after you. And if I could relive one memory out of all the years I've got, I'd find my way back there to the daytime stop, the second everything changed. One look, one touch, one feeling, and I still can't explain. The world kept spinning underneath us like it always does, but my heart got stuck forever on the daytime stop. Maybe that's what memories are, little pieces time forgot to take, moments that become eternal cause of how much was at stake. And though we've both grown older now and life moved on somehow, I can still see it crystal clear. The daytime stopped and I became somebody new, because before that moment I had never known a love like you. The years may keep on passing, the seasons may all change, but some moments stay untouched, like they're locked inside a frame. And whenever I close my eyes, I'm standing right back at that spot, reliving the moment. The daytime stopped. One heartbeat, one glance, one ordinary afternoon that became a lifetime, that became a lifetime. Saw your picture on a Friday night. Someone tagged you in a crowded room. You were laughing like the weight was gone, like the sky had finally made some room. And I stared a little longer than I probably should have done, trying to find some trace of us, but there was none. Maybe that's the hardest thing, not that you're gone, but that you've moved on. You look happier without me, like your heart finally found some peace, like the storms I brought into your life ended when I left your streets. And I hate that I can see it, even through a blurry screen. You look happier without me than you ever did with me. I remember all the promises we swore we'd never break. Now they're scattered through old messages and every memory I can't erase. Sometimes I still reach for my phone when something good goes wrong. Then I remember you're not mine and haven't been for so long. I thought I'd be the one who made you smile. Now someone else gets that light in your eyes. You look happier without me, like you finally learned to breathe, like loving me was holding on to something you were meant to leave. And I know I should accept it, maybe that's what love can be, watching someone find their happiness, even if it's not with me. I wish I could say I don't miss you, that I'm okay and doing fine, but some nights I still replay the movie looking for a different ending line. Maybe we were meant to happen, just not meant to last. Maybe some people become memories before they become the past. You look happier without me, and that's the truth I can't escape. The smile I always wanted for you just came a little too late. And if loving you means letting go, then I'll try eventually. But tonight it still hurts knowing you look happier without me. So keep smiling like that. Don't look back this way, 'cause if you're happier without me, I hope you stay that way. We were 16, chasing sunsets on those roads outside of town. Windows down, our favorite songs playing way too loud. We had nowhere we were going, but we drove there anyway. Every night felt like forever, every tomorrow felt far away. Back when our biggest worries were curfews and broken hearts, and the world was still a mystery waiting for us in the dark. That was the summer we thought we'd stay young, when the days ran long and the nights weren't enough. We swore we'd never change, never grow up, never become the people we are. We were laughing under streetlights, making promises we'd never keep. Back when forever felt so easy to believe. That was the summer we thought we'd stay young. There's no photo in a shoebox of all of us by the lake. Sunburned faces, cheap sunglasses, and dreams too big to break. Now some moved to different cities, some are strangers, some are gone, and sometimes I still hear their voices when an old song comes on. Funny how a moment feels endless until it's years behind, and the things you thought would last forever become memories in time. That was the summer we thought we'd stay young, when our hearts beat fast and our fears came undone. We swore we'd never leave this place behind, never let light That was the summer we thought we'd stay young. And I miss those midnight conversations about who we'd someday be. The funny thing is we spent so much time dreaming of the future. We never noticed it was leaving. That was the summer we thought we'd stay young, when we were invincible in the glow of the sun. We didn't know how fast the years could run, or how quickly seasons come. But every time I see that golden sky, or hear those old songs playing on, for a moment I'm right back there, where nothing hurt, where everybody stayed, where life was just beginning, and the summer never seemed to end. We thought we'd stay young forever. Maybe that's why I